Next question. I have just recently experienced a profound experience of the divine when I met whom I feel is my twin flame. Just one hug or one touch of the hands from this pure being triggers such a wondrous opening in me for divine energies to come through me and flow through me. Could you please, Pranananda, explain the nature and purpose of what a twin flame relationship is? Oh, I love this one. Thank you for your question. Now, this is one of the topics that has more distortion taught and written and spoken of it than almost any other spiritual topic in the world. And there's actually more distortion and pollution on this than truth available in the world. So I'm just going to cut right to the chase, which I like to do. So for all those of you listening and all those who will be in the future, hear me well. God is your twin flame. Your twin flame is not a person. Never was, never will be, not in a billion years. Stop looking to find completion in another. Stop looking for the divine in another, in that, I want to qualify it, in that sense, as your perfect complement and mate. Beloved of your soul, which is your creator, is your twin flame. So there's no other way around that. And no matter how many times I've spoken it and teach it, and I can say this about my own disciples and closest ones, 99.9% of them say, yeah, Pranananda. They listen, oh, that's so profound, thank you, great revelation, and they're still out hunting for Mr. or Mrs. Right. You will never find him or her or them because they don't exist. God is your twin flame. The way you access that courtship is by aching for that union in your heart, aching for the experience of God in your heart and in your body more than you ache for your next breath. You need to be like Romeo and Juliet with God. You need to enter the love affair with God. Not with a partner, not looking for a partner, not with a dating service, not with a spiritual group, with God. Talk to God, sing to God, pray to God, write love letters to God, make photo albums to God, do whatever you want to do with God. Make God your lover, make God your best friend, make God your confidant, make God your advisor, make God your mentor, make God your lover, make God your parent, your child, your teacher, your student, your everything. Make God your everything. Every thought turn to God. Every moment turn to God. And ache for, invoke God into your being, into your body, into your loins, into your heart, into your stomach, into your dreams, into your workplace, into your car, into your clothing, into every activity you do, over and over and over and over. And command God, demand God to take hold of you, to consume you, to ravage you, to infect you, to entrance you, to intoxicate you. I demand, I command, I invite, I implore, I beseech, again and again and again. And I don't mean as an obsession. I do in a way, but I don't mean neurotically. I mean with passion and adventure and excitement, and like you see children in a schoolyard chasing their first crush, that all their thoughts go to that. Or let's say with 1/100th of the effort you're trying to using to find Mr. or Mrs. Right, all in the wrong ways, in the wrong places, with the wrong people to begin with. But turn all of that to God, and you will have a love affair like you could never, ever imagine. You will be so smitten and taken, you won't even remember ever even wanting to pursue a human love. The greatest human love experience you ever had, the best orgasm, the best sex, the best trip away, will infinitely pale in comparison to the tiniest droplet of the pure love of God when it enters your heart. You'll become so incinerated and intoxicated, you'll feel it was an insult to God to ever think you could have come close to that by chasing a human partner. And I'm under-exaggerating the immensity of the dichotomy, of the polarity of that experience. I could go on for hours and still not even come close to telling you how far off you'd be by thinking you're going to find that in a human. You never in a million billion years will, and no one ever has. Anyone who tells you they have either is A, lying, or B, is so deluded that they don't know that they don't know. You will only find it in God. Now, even better, once you do make that very minor but major chiropractic adjustment in your consciousness, which was so deluded and derailed, what happens is that you enter the courtship of the beloved, where now that God knows your sights are on him/her, them, then what happens is you start to feel, little by little, you'll start to feel the first draughts of reciprocity, a tangible experience, and then it'll get bigger. And there's no rhyme or reason for how it works in any given individual. It's different from person to person. Some people get incinerated right at the start. Some people get tastes, and some people, it's just different for everyone. So you don't want to be comparing yourself with other people, but just compare yourself with yourself. So you'll start feeling the effects of that romance, and then what starts happening, you'll start having more and more experiences of this divine intoxication. And then what happens is it starts moving out from you, and it starts overlighting other things and other people and your experiences with the same. You'll be petting a dog, and all of a sudden you'll feel the full glory of God rush through you, and you'll be having the most profound experience of love you've ever had in your life. Or you could be talking to a best friend and see this person in an entirely new light. Or even watching something on a movie or on TV. It just happens everywhere, with a plant, with a hummingbird, with an insect, with a salt shaker, and you just become intoxicated. Sometimes people have seen me sitting at my dinner table when one of those moments just comes, and I've often said I could sit here and look at this pepper shaker for the whole day and be so completely intoxicated with the divine. There's no greater love anywhere in the world. And there are, not every, but there are many masters who live in that experience all the time. And they walk in that and live in that. And then you have that in everyone. So you don't have one twin flame. The whole cosmos is your twin flame. That is what I live in. I have those experiences with bugs, with worms, with sand, with a coffee table, with a book, with a sheet of paper, with my handkerchief. I can have a greater love experience than the most ravenous sexual couple saying they're reaching the heights of sexual ecstasy. And I'll say, I can have more with this tissue than you'll ever have, because you're doing it on your own without God in the equation. Now, the other thing that I want to say, when you are in that courtship with the beloved, that has the power, and uses it often and frequently, to overlight anything and anyone in any moment. And yes, when you're in that divine love affair, when you've made God your beloved, and you say, all I want is that. I want you, God. I want more of you, more of you, more of you. There are many times, it has happened, where God will take that love affair and will overlight a partner for you with whom you can share that and deepen in it and express it and use it as a vehicle to expand it, increase it, and spread that far and wide so others can be entranced and intoxicated and invited into that courtship. Not the human love you're sharing, the divine courtship, the divine romance. That's why it is bestowed to humans. It does help you as well. There's a benefit for you personally too, that it will accelerate your journey to liberation. It will accelerate and amplify all your spiritual sadhana and practice, and amplify it profoundly, and give you more and more powerful experiences of God. So it's a twofold purpose. It's a vehicle for you to realize God more powerfully, but even more so, more than that, that's actually a perk or a benny, a side effect of it. The primary reason is God will overlight that with a couple to help you reach others and have them be drawn into it like a magnet. Because you don't need another person to realize God. So when people think I need my twin flame to realize God, you already have a twin flame. It is God. So you want to be thinking more dharmically. Why have I been bestowed this relationship? Getting back to the origin of your question, I found someone who I think is my twin flame. No, God's your twin flame, and perhaps God has overlighted you in a relationship to bring you closer to God and to help that to create a model for that divinely inspired and overlit human relationship to be a model for others and inspire them and draw them in like a magnet into their own divine romance.